Now we all know what actually happened, but never try to find out what it must have been like for those who were living out this amazing tale. Now it's been 5 years after that tragic day Dimsdale died on that scaffold. Now I bring out the star woman of the story, who is Hester Prynne herself.
Hello everyone, it's good to be here.
Okay, let's get down to the point. Now tell me, what's it been like to know that the whole town was against you, and you had no family or friends to fall back on?
Well, Marilyn, it was very difficult to stand on the scaffold the first time, but the thoughts of the man I loved kept me going through the tough times that I had to endure.
I see. Were you worried about Pearl not having a father around in her life?
I was very concerned that without a father figure in her life, she would feel more left out than she already was. But when I started to see that even without her father around, she still grew up having a strong personality, I was sure.
I see. When the crowd didn't fully understand that Dimsdale was the father of Pearl when he tried to reveal his secret, how did that make you feel?
Well, Marilyn, it was disappointing that no one was taking him seriously for when he was finally able to confess his sins. I know that inside for him it was torturous guilt, but even though he died on the scaffold, I feel that he died in peace for finally having atoned for his sins.
Well, thank you, Hester, for being here today. I know this must have been very difficult for you to talk about. I am very grateful that you told us your thoughts of what happened those 5 years ago. Now it's time to bring out the child that was the product of Hester's passion for Dimsdale. Welcome to the stage, everyone, Pearl Prynne. Good morning, Pearl. Thank you for talking on the show today with us. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
What was it like knowing your father was hiding his identity from others and was only able to show his love for you in the forest?
It was confusing because he couldn't act like my daddy unless we were outside of town, or at night like he did once on the scaffold. I knew who he was the first time I saw him and felt angry that Mommy, Daddy, and I could not be a whole family. I wouldn't accept his kisses because he was lying to everyone. I am glad now that at least he truly accepts being my father and doesn't lie anymore.
How did the other children treat you from the town?
The other kids were always mean to me whenever I came into town with my mother. Sometimes I would scream and chase them away when they acted like that. I never really had any friends. Most of the time I played by myself, by the water and in the woods.
Do you ever feel resentful for your mother's sins?
Well, at first I didn't understand why we had to live away from the others, and why I had no father. But when I realized that my mother really loved me and was passionate for her beliefs, I admire her greatly for standing up for what she believes in.
Thank you, Pearl, honey, for talking with me today. Now, what we have in store for you after the break is ghoulish and enlightening. Please stay tuned. Sale at the Johnson's farm, a brand new stallion. Can you see her? She is fully grown, beautiful, wild, very tamed as well. She can't stop. Thank you for staying tuned. With us we have a Ouija board or spirit board, which is used to communicate with spirits. We summon the spirit of Dimsdale. Come forth, Arthur. Do not be afraid. Hester and Pearl are with me. We would like to ask you some questions.
Hello, everyone! How great it is to see you all alive, unlike me.
It's good to have you here, Dimsdale. Now, why didn't you reveal your secret as Pearl's father all those years ago?
I just couldn't admit to the sin. I was a weak man and couldn't do it myself. I was afraid of what the people would think. It was just so hard, but I always loved Hester and Pearl. It was just so hard.
I see. You thought Chillingsworth was your friend. What happened when you discovered he was trying to kill your soul?
I thought he was my friend and my doctor, but he was trying to drive me into madness, using my guilt as the instrument of death. I knew that I could not hold out much longer, and that is why I confessed, to save my own soul. At the moment when I ripped off my shirt and showed everyone them my A, I was instantly relieved and died from the greatest peace one could ever feel. I must go! Goodbye!
Wow! Well, that concludes our show for today. Tune in next week for our very own witch hunt. Da, da, da!
The witch! I see her! And her cauldron and pumpkins!